Hello, everybody, and welcome back to reviewing every single WrestleMania main event in history. Today, we're on episode 7, reviewing WrestleMania 7, where we saw Sergeant Slaughter defend his WWE Championship against Hulk Hogan. This is probably one of the most panned early WrestleMania matches, especially in the main event scene, so it's probably not going to be as good as the prior matches I've seen, and is only rated a 3.32 out of 10 on CageMatch.net. I've never seen it before, so I'm going to be watching it for the very first time. Let's see how it is. Hey everybody, just got finished watching the match, and this match, as I predicted, does not keep the streak alive. As Michael Cole once said,
Brock Lesnar into the cover, hooks the leg, the streak is over.
But, it's still not the worst match you've ever seen, and it's better than some of the early runs we've watched. The new ranking is 6, 5, 4, 7, 3 as the top 5. And let's go into the notes for this match. I think this is my shortest notes page. Yeah, this is my shortest notes page. So there's not a lot to talk about because a lot of this match is just clubbing, blow, push, elbow, stomp, stomp, stomp. And it's not that much. But there's a few things to mention. So the pre-match storytelling, Alex Trebek, the former Jeopardy host, is doing ring announcing, while Marla Maples, who is the former wife of President Donald Trump, is guest timekeeper, and Regis Philbin of the Regis Philbin Show is doing guest commentary. So this WrestleMania does not feature Jesse the Body Ventura, sadly, on commentary, and this is the first WrestleMania to do so. In his place is Bobby Heenan. Hogan is defending America as Sergeant Slaughter's character is an anti-American sergeant in the Iranian military. He's also American. He just defected to Iran for whatever reason. About 5 minutes in, Slaughter gets shoulder blocked by Hogan. And normally, when you would sell a shoulder block, and let's say you're going down to the mat, you might sell it like, ooh, like pretty simple, falling over. Nothing wrong with that. But Slaughter, instead, we're going to use word because I don't have a Slaughter figure, sells it, boom, boing, and flips completely upside down and sells it like The Rock took a Stone Cold Stunner. And the way he lands is also pretty funny because, he takes the bump, bam, flips backwards and catches his feet and has to sell like this for a minute. So it's just this awkward scene of Hogan just kind of waiting for him to fall and his feet to come down. And eventually they do, and they continue on. But throughout the match, you will notice that Sergeant Slaughter is actually really underrated at selling moves. He makes Hogan look like $1 million, and vice versa, because Hogan really does put Slaughter over in this one. Also in this match, there's no rules for some reason. This is a singles match, but Slaughter uses a chair 4 times, and one of them here at the beginning, he just, right across the back. And when that happened, I was like, oh, that's weird. It should be a DQ. Why wasn't that a DQ, ref? But okay, whatever. Maybe he wasn't paying attention. And I just glossed it over. But we'll get back to that in a minute. So Slaughter gets whipped into the corner face first. And what he's trying to do, if you're the corner, is trying to make it look like he's gone over it and hit his head on the ring post so he can stumble back and be like, oh, my head. But instead, he just leaps over, completely misses the post, and hits his dick right on one of the turnbuckles. You can see him selling it afterwards. He's trying to sell normal, but he's standing there for a solid, 10, 20 seconds after he does the spot. So I hope his dick is okay. Hogan does the move twice more as well. He just oh, you hit your dick, you get to do it again. And the last time he does I don't actually know what this move is called, to be honest. But it's the one where somebody's laying on the ground like this, and somebody uses their momentum to flip them forward. It's that move. I don't remember what it's called. Too bad, so sad. Then, again, Hogan has Slaughter beat, because he has Slaughter beat throughout most of the time he's on offense. Slaughter is down. He's absolutely no stamina. And Hogan could win, but to defend America, he keeps beating up this Iranian general, which I guess is cool, and the crowd is really good for this match and pop for almost everything. So I do enjoy the crowd, and that might make me like this match a little bit more. But it is a little stupid. Just win the title. You don't need to go 20 minutes, which this match did. Then yet again, Slaughter uses the steel chair. He gets another one and hits Hogan twice. And this time I'm like, okay, come on, ref. And the ref, he's not like, busy, distracted. He's staring right at the action as, chair shot. And the ref's like, hey, don't do that, man. But he doesn't care. He just wants to see Hogan get the big win and defend America because he's an American boy. Then Slaughter also chokes out Hogan with a TV cable and throws him back inside the ring. The commentators at this point mention that Slaughter has some new rules that really only apply to him, and that's what I'm assuming they're going for, but then they immediately insinuate that this should also be a DQ. So, Like, are the rules in place? Are they not? I'm so confused. So, Slaughter then puts Hogan in a Boston Crab pretty close to the ropes, and this is I think, first time I laughed during this match. So, Slaughter has Hogan set up, and they're by the ropes, and Hogan, he cannot escape it, so he grabs the ropes. So the referee's looking, sees the Hogan grabs the ropes, and he's like, oh, shoot, I need to tell Slaughter Hogan's grabbing the ropes. So, taps him on the shoulder, and Slaughter gets up, and he's, like, celebrating. He's like, yes, I retain my title. And the ref's like, no, he just got the ropes. He's like, oh, man. He seems so disappointed. Slaughter has the match won a little bit later on, and he's got like a 5 count at that point. But General Adnan, for whatever reason, he's the assistant to Sergeant Slaughter, if I haven't mentioned that. General Adnan is on the side of the ring, and he's like distracting the ref, saying, hey, count quick or go count that pin. But the ref's just still looking at him. He doesn't realize that there's a pin that is to be counted, and it costs Slaughter the match. Sorry for spoiling the ending there. However, that is the end of the match. But before that happens, Slaughter gets the chair again, and this time hits Hogan straight in the skull with it, right in front of the referee. So Hogan starts to bleed at this point, pretty profusely as well. And I'm just, ref, 4 chair shots is a little bit much. Just call the match off. Too bad if he didn't win the title. He's getting abused by this guy. Hogan does end up winning, so I guess the ref was right in the first place, because Slaughter puts the Iraqi flag over Hogan and goes for the cover, but Hogan, this is where, bah, bah, wah, he hulks up, he's ready to go, he sees the Iraqi flag on him, he rips it up, he slams Slaughter down, whoop-bam, bang, leg drop, 1, 2, 3. But that's not really what happens, because the leg drop is hit, and he goes for the cover. And it's 1, 2, 3. Could it be considered a non-finish? Technically. But it's a shockingly close 3 count for, the leg drop, which has never been kicked out of at this point. Like, I understand you want to make your heel look strong, but not immediately at 3. That kind of buries the other finisher as well. Like, you got 1, 2, 3. Then they kick out. Like, after the word 3 has finished, that's fine. That gives the heel some strength, but the babyface still wins. But when it's 1, 2, 3, that's not going to work. You can't do that. It's a little bit weird. And a lot of the comments on this match said it was a very poor match. I don't agree with that. I think this match is perfectly mediocre. There's no real highlight to it. Slaughter looks pretty good. Hogan looks pretty good. Is the story a little bit tasteless? Yes. But overall, it's a pretty solid match. I'm going to give it a B-. I hope you watch it, if not for the wrestling quality, but for the historical sense. Make sure you do. Make sure you watch some of my former or future episodes of this. Make sure you have a good day, good evening, good night, good morning, good dawn, good dusk, good whatever. And goodbye.